Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say shalom to Akim and Aquat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. Alright, and this is one I've had in the files. It's like he has the tablet decides to fall over. I've had this one in my notes for a little bit, wanting to go in on it. All right, and through the spirit, I want to get in on it before the article becomes not that it would be out of date or anything, because this stays relevant. But this is from the 13th of March. So I said, let me go ahead and get into it. All right, now the title of the lesson is called "The Heartless Women of the World." All right, and the article is referring to this article. It was originally from the New York Post. All right, but I couldn't pull it up. They wanted me to, I can actually try to get it up on here because it was on my phone, but it wouldn't allow me because it said I'd reached my free articles for the month. Let me see if I can get it. New York Times. This was the original one. Let's see if it's gonna throw that warning. No, all right, we can get it where we were originally gonna get it then. Cool. Thawadi Hobashim, I'm shy for that, but I had it up on my phone and it says you've reached your limit. So I had to go and find another source, but not on the tablet. All right, so the New York Times, theirs is titled "Husband Sued Over His Ex-Wife's Abortion. Now Her Friends Are Suing Him." All right, hence the title of the lesson, "The Heartless Women of This World." Of course, not referring to the sisters, as we always have to say, but the women of the world, the ones that are not in this truth, the ones that are doing things such as getting abortions. Right? So don't take it to heart. Unless you're getting abortions, then take it to heart. Says, husband sued over his ex-wife's abortion. Now her friends are suing him. This is some shit that could only happen in the world now, man. This is ridiculous. All right, this is some Babylonian shit right here. This is a Texas man says text message on his ex-wife's phone show the woman helped her obtain an abortion. The women say that he invaded their privacy. All right, so he invaded their privacy on you killing a baby, because I believe in certain parts over there, Texas is actually it's illegal to get an abortion now, but women are still getting them, going out of their way to find a way to get them. All right, and that man probably just wanted who knows. Anyway, it says in March, a Texas man, Marcus Silva, more than likely an Issacharite. All right, could be a Terry, you never know, but that sounds like an Issacharite name. Marcus Silva sued 3 women for $1 million each after they helped his ex-wife obtain an abortion last summer using pills. And that's the state, and that's the state of women in the state too. With the men, if you have a baby with a woman, she can kill that baby. She can basically kill your seed line. You can't do anything about it. Even if you want to keep that baby, you don't want your baby killed, all right? Because that's your seed line. That's your son or your daughter. But in this society, a woman can go and kill that baby all you want. All right, which, and people are upset that abortion's illegal. You shouldn't be able to anyway, we're going to continue on before it gets into a rant. It says, so she used pills. It said they helped his ex-wife obtain an abortion last summer using pills. It says the suit alleged that the termination of the pregnancy qualified as wrongful death under state law, and he presented text messages between his ex-wife and the women as evidence. It says in the post-Roe era, and more than likely, these women are going to get off scot-free, because he went through text messages on her phone, and that's, technically, women have a lot of protections in the society, so they could say, oh, I went and killed the baby, but you have evidence, but because it's technically not your phone and you didn't have the right to go through that phone, it usually gets thrown out. The court system here is fucked up anyway. Says in the post-Roe era, the suit horrified abortion rights activists and galvanized opponents. Both sides view it as a test case aimed at discouraging anyone from helping women access abortion in states where the procedure is now banned or severely restricted. Okay, and it's shit's vexing. It says this week, 2 of the women, Jackie Noyola and Amy Carpenter, filed their response in courts. They are countersuing Mr. Silva for invasion of privacy in addition to offering a number of defenses to his claim. Mrs. Noya and Mrs. Carpenter, who are close friends of Brittany Silva, Mr. Silva's ex-wife, said he searched her phone without her consent, there you go, and read their private messages. There you go. There you go. All right, and it goes back to, you know, Babylonian women having way too many rights, and meanwhile you have feminists fighting for more rights. But everything you do, you get off scot-free, man. All right, abortion rights activists, you know, baby killers, have raised the alarm over how private information might be used in both civil and criminal cases against people who have abortions and those that help them. Really, they want, you know, they want private information not being leaked. They basically want laws implemented so where if someone finds out they have an abortion, that they can't be prosecuted for having that abortion. They want, so if someone finds out, oh, you went and killed your baby, that they can't be held, you know, liable for that. They want to be able to get off scot-free. All right, and you know that's just how it is. You know, here's the thing: stop killing your babies, man. All right, it's fucking disgusting. And these people, oh, we're not killing babies. They're not even old enough. You know, blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, you have people that are marching at abortion rallies, you know, saying, oh, fuck them kids, kill those babies. And so, which one is it now? Which one is it? Do you think it's you're not killing, or is it murder, or is it not murder? Because some of you saying murder them babies, some of you saying it's not murder. Which one is it? Make up your minds, man. God damn. It says, in Nebraska, prosecutors used Facebook messages between a mother and daughter to bring charges against them after the daughter's abortion. Good, and that's how it should be. Don't get an abortion and you won't have to worry about it, all right? If you don't want to do the time, then don't do the fucking crime then, right? All right? Don't want to do the time, then don't do the crime. All right, it was simple. All you had to do was not kill your baby. That was it. Just don't kill your baby and you're good. But it wasn't good enough for you, all right? It's disgusting, man. It's disgusting, all right? For Mrs. Noya and Mrs. Carpenter, the experience of being sued has been difficult. Says their lawyer, Rusty Hardin, they're being thrust into a public arena with their financial well-being at risk, he said. That could have all been avoided if they just didn't kill their baby. We don't feel any sympathy. All right? They believe strongly that they were helping a friend at the time of dire need. They're helping a friend, what, kill someone? All right, so here's an example. How different would it have been if they said, hey, you know, this bitch talked shit to me. Let's drag her out in the woods and stab her to death. And they helped her. It would be different. That would be murder. So why is it you helped them kill an infant and for some reason, you know, nothing? It's not a problem. All right? It's not a problem. If they're a baby, kill them all you want. As soon as they hit a certain age, don't kill them. Can't kill them anymore. It's still murder regardless, man. All right? It's still murder regardless. It says, Mr. Silva's lawyer, Jonathan Mitchell, a former Solicitor General of Texas, has advocated using private lawsuits to deter abortion. Exactly. Yeah, maybe if all these people are getting, you know, fucking sued out their ass, maybe they won't do it anymore. And they will. They'll still do it. As women have gone around and marched with signs and abortion rallies saying, you know, we're going to go back to using coat hangers. All right? They said they're going to go back to using coat hangers. You ever heard of a coat hanger abortion? Here, look at this. There's a band called coat hanger abortion, but that's not the one we're looking for. We're looking just for a coat hanger abortion. All right. From 2012, it says, consider the coat hanger. All right. Well, let's see. What can we read on? Roe versus Wade, why the coat hanger is seeing a resurgence as an abortion symbol. All right. Because they used to shove a metal coat hanger up their twat, all right, and through into their uterus and basically pick the baby through the brain and pull it out, all right? You know, like a fucking fish hook. All right, let's read it. Let's read a little bit of what these disgusting worldly women were doing. It says, a twisted piece of wire isn't just a symbol of dangerous abortion. It's a symbol of inequality. What, equality of being able to kill your baby? It says, in the mid-1950s, a woman went to an abortionist. She had been raped and now pregnant. She sought his help. As he prepared to perform the procedure, he said to her, you can take your pants down now, but you shoulda, kept them on before. It says, for the service, he charged her $1,000, but as Leslie Regan recounts in her essential book, When Abortion Was a Crime, offered to return $20 if she would quickly give him a you-know-what. So, sure. Degrading, yes. Humiliating, certainly. And also very expensive. Well, I mean, if you're doing that, he must assume you're a whore. Right? He must assume you're a whore. Not that what he said was right, but if you're killing all these, you're killing babies, you must be a whore, right? Says, let's see. Can we just get back to what it talks about? It says, here, let's go. I want to find out the process. This simple tool is our shorthand for that earlier time, the time of illegal abortions. And if we're going to pull it out of the closet, here, let's get to, Let's see. Bear with me just 1 minute. I got a reply from this scoffer. Let's see what he said. Yeah, this guy's gonna get a lesson made on him anyway. So, Lord willing, I'm here to do it. You know. Anyway, Anatomy of a Coat Hanger Abortion by Dr. Jen Gunter. It says the coat hanger isn't sterile. It isn't even clean. Of the woman or girl, okay, here you go. Here you go. We're gonna talk about, and there's gonna be some terms like vagina in here and stuff because we're reading about coat hanger abortions. Let's see how they did this. If the woman or girl is alone, she thrusts it blindly upwards into her vagina. She's hoping to get into her uterus and do something. Something. What is that something? Ripping. It doesn't say this in the article if you're listening. It says she's hoping to get it into her uterus and do something. What is that something? Getting it into the head or the stomach of the baby and being able to rip it out. It says she may or may not know that to get to the uterus, the coat hanger has to navigate the small opening in the cervix called the os or the os. A coat hanger is technically narrow enough to get through the pregnant cervical os, but the end is sharp, not or even if it doesn't pull it out, just enough to induce a miscarriage, right? But the end is sharp, not tapered, so it can lacerate and perforate. Getting any instrument through the cervix safely also requires visualization and knowledge of the correct amount of force. If she's lucky to get the coat hanger through her cervix, it could easily sail through the back or side walls of the uterus. That'd be judgment if so. The uterine wall is soft and easily perforated with the wrong instrument or unskilled hands. If the uterus is perforated on one of the sides, there is a higher risk of lacerating the uterine artery, and that is where they are located. If this happens, a woman who is by herself could easily bleed to death, judgment, before she gets appropriate medical care. These arteries pump a lot of blood. Judgment, judgment, judgment. If you're trying to shove a coat hanger up your shit, all right, to get into your uterus and kill a baby, and you end up poking through your what does it say? It was the uterine artery, all right, and you bleed to death. That's judgment, man. That's judgment. Judgment, all right? It says, here we go. The other danger of the uterine perforation is the bowel. Puncturing bowel will hurt, but depending on her level of fear, it might only be enough to cry out but not ask for help. However, within the next 3 days, the bowel perforation will most certainly kill her unless she gets appropriate medical care. Judgment. Judgment. We don't have to keep on reading this. All right, there you go. We don't need to read it. You can read about it if you want. It's by Dr. Jen Gunter talking about the anatomy of a coat hanger abortion. All right, you can read it. All right, and going all into it. All right, it talks about septic shot. So there you go. There you go. Anyway, so there you go. It says, let's see. He was the architect, going back onto the article, husband sued, right? It says he was the architect of the Texas law passed in 2021, which led clinics in the state to stop providing abortions after 6 weeks by deputizing private citizens to enforce the law by suing for cash judgments of $10,000 per procedure. You don't like it? Don't kill your baby, right? We'll say it again. Mr. Mitchell did not respond to requests for comment. Okay, you don't like it? Don't kill your baby. Here's an example. I don't like that necessarily if... I don't mind it because they're witches anyway. They should be put to death. But I don't like the idea of going to jail for 16 years for, running cocaine or heroin. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to run cocaine or heroin. Boom, bam, avoided all that problem. Avoided that whole problem. I don't have to worry about that. Why? Because I'm not doing the shit. Did you know if you murder someone, you can get 16 years to life? Damn, okay, cool. You know how I'm going to avoid that? Not murdering someone. All right, that's how I'm gonna do it. Did you know if you steal at a store, you can get misdemeanors and you can go to jail? Damn, I wouldn't want to go to jail. You know how I'm gonna avoid that? By not fucking stealing. All right. Oh, you can get $10,000 for getting abortion. You know how you should avoid that? By not getting the fucking thing in the first place, man. All right, so we're not going to feel any sympathy. Oh, no, 10,000. Just don't kill your baby then. Boom, bam. Solve the problem there. Don't have to worry about getting sued $10,000, do you? It's simple. It's simple. Don't kill your baby. It seems like not that big of a task. Hey, don't kill your baby. Seems like you can be like, oh, shit, easy, cool. But no, apparently for women, the women of the world, it's a real hard task to not murder your child. Fucking wicked, man. Wickedness. The wickedness of this world is it's disgusting. All right, it says the suit asserts under the state law, the rights of the fetus are equivalent to those of an adult. Why are they not? It's a living life, right? It's a living life, right? So why is it killing that so much different than killing a full-grown adult? All right, what's the difference between killing the two? Okay, it's still murder, right? It's still murder, okay? It says, if Mr. Mitchell's argument succeeds, it would be a legal victory for the concept of fetal personalhood. They are people, you fucking dummies. Personalizing fetuses. Yes, they are people. Are they in the womb? Did they not form? Are they living? Yes, they're living. Can't kill it then. Killing it, you're doing the same as killing a human. All right, like not a human, but a full-grown human adult. Says a goal of many abortion opponents. Yeah, great. Yeah, do it. Awesome, do it. So that way, if they kill someone, you can get first-degree murder. All right, you can get manslaughter if you try to do something that Well, manslaughter would be if you're not necessarily and inherently trying to do it, all right, which is different. Manslaughter is completely different. A lot of time, manslaughter can be a bullshit charge, But we'll get to what that is in a minute. Let's get Leviticus 18 and 21, all right? Let's go and get it. Leviticus 18 and verse 21. If I get the Bible here. Here it goes. It says, this is a law. This is something you're not to do. All right, Leviticus, not necessarily a law, but technically a law, but not in the law sense that we're typically used to. But it is declared that you shall not do this, so it's a law. Leviticus 18 and 19, and thou shalt not let any of thy seed. What is seed? If you go to the word seed, let's get Leviticus 18 and 19. Bear with me. Let's go over here. Blue Letter Bible. And really just, like the guy that's been scoffing on my comment board with this last video talking about, where does it say specifically that World War III is in the Bible? Does it say the World War III? It's not going to say the World War III, you fucking moron. All right, we're sick of you goddamn scoffers coming around. I need to hear World War III. It's not written that way. Well, the Bible's subject to interpretation. Yeah, you know what else? The Bible, it relies on faith, and you don't have it, you fucking scoffer. Probably an Edomite, too. It pisses me off. And that's the thing, and I'm bringing this up because regardless of how we say anything in these scriptures, you fucking idiots are going to continue to scoff and scoff and scoff and scoff and scoff. And guess what? We're sick of dealing with you, man. We're sick of dealing with you because this Bible, all right, this truth relies on faith. And if you don't have the faith, you're not going to understand a thing. Why? Because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai hates your guts. He doesn't like you, all right? He doesn't love you. He doesn't want you in this truth, so you don't have the understanding. That's why. That's why, man. That's why. That's simple. That's it. You don't like hearing the truth, do you? The Most High is not dealing with you. All right, there's scriptures. We're going to grab it, Lord willing, tomorrow. All right, the Lord only imparts secrets to his servants, the prophets. All right, and those men pass those down to other men. But you know what? In order for those men to receive that, the Most High has to be working with them and open up their understanding. And it's the same thing with World War III or abortion, all right, or the name, all right, with any of the scriptures, all right, because you worldly people aren't going to understand it. You're not going to get it. Well, Molech, we're not sacrificing a Molech. We're going to an abortion clinic. You don't understand it. All right, you're not understanding that there's technically nothing new under the sun, but things as they were in olden days might be reiterated and kind of be done differently these days, all right? Biblically, you were passing your seed through the fire to Molech. Now what are you doing? In the same way, you're offering it up and sacrificing that child, but now you do it through not going in front of a bowl and putting your baby in a little slot and burning it up. No, you go to an abortion clinic, a Planned Parenthood, and they get that little thing and they give you an abortion. All right, it's the same thing, different method. Same thing, different method. If I fry up a steak, all right, in the oven, all right, and ruin it, all right, or if I fry it up on a grill, all right, did I not just cook those things both ways? Yes, it's the same thing, different method. Same thing, different method. And we're not going to sit here and waste breath with you. But for any of you scoffers, you can just get off the comment board right now, click off the video, and go wander around the world like a fucking blind-ass bat. All right, just continue because you'll have a better time. I assure you, you'll have a better time. all right, than sitting here arguing with us. It's a waste of time for us. It's a waste of time for you. You don't believe? Cool. Go back out in the world and just continue to walk in your unbelief. See how that works out for you. I hope you like warm weather, because boy, is it about to get hot for you. All right. I hope you like several thousands of degrees. All right. I hope you really enjoy the heat. All right, because boy, is it about to come your way. All right, especially for all you people doing abortions as well. Continuing on, it gets me hot. Slakia. It gets me hot. This shit pisses me off. Because these unbelievers to come around and act like we owe them something. All right, that doesn't make sense. Not to you it doesn't, because you don't understand, man. You don't understand. And then anyway, Leviticus 18 and 19. Reading, it says, and thou shalt not let any of thy seed. Okay, so going over here, Leviticus 18 and verse 21. We're in the blue letter. We're going to get it in the blue letter Bible. All right. So you're going to scoff regardless. It could be written to the point, and you would scoff. You scoffers, it could be in the Bible written to the T. Say if the Bible did say World War III, it would say, and you still wouldn't believe it. You still wouldn't believe it, man. You still wouldn't believe it. That's how full of unbelief you are. Even if the Bible did actually say physically written out World War III, you still wouldn't believe it. All right, you still wouldn't believe it. There's things that the Bible have said plain that has happened and come true, and you didn't believe it. So even if it said World War III, you wouldn't believe it. Even if it said you cannot get an abortion, you still wouldn't believe it. If it said you can't get an abortion, does that mean you would all stop? Everyone would stop, and they'd be, okay, well, it must be true. No, they're not going to stop. They're going to continue doing the same thing. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it was written like that. It has to be written like that. If it was written, if it was, if you're saying if it was, you'd believe? No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. All right, you wouldn't believe that that's World War III. You wouldn't believe that it's really an abortion. You wouldn't really believe. I mean, what about man and woman? That's written pretty plainly within Leviticus, and people still don't believe that. They're saying, "Oh no, that was a false translation. That was a mistranslation. It's actually dealing with little boy." See, even when it's written plainly, doesn't matter. These people don't believe. They're unbelievers. They're scoffs. They're scoffers. All right, and they're gonna scoff. Slakia. They're scoffers, and they're gonna scoff. All right. Leviticus 18 and 21, getting it in the Blue Letter Bible to get the actual definition, not that it's going to make you believe anymore. But it says, Leviticus 18:21, and thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power. I am the Lord. What does this word seed mean? First of all, because you might have people that don't know what seed means. It's any of thy seed. Here it is in the Hebrew.
Strong's H2233. Zerah.
Zerah, all right?
Zerah.
Let's get it. What does it say? Semen, viral, all right? Seed, all right? D, offspring, descendants, posterity, children. There you go. Semen, offspring, descendants, posterity, children. There you go. Boom, bam. What does seed actually mean? It can go back into talking about sowing, all right? So, as you sow a field, seed that you plant, all right? So, and thou shalt not, Leviticus 18 and 19, and thou shalt not let any of thy seed, thy children, thy babies, all right, pass through. So what should you not do? Not pass your children, your seed, your babies, through what? Through the fire to Molech. Neither shalt thou profane the name of the Lord. I am, Slakia. Neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power. I am the Lord. There you go. And then there's that scripture we talked about that it's written very plainly, but you're going to say, oh, no, that was the incorrect translation. All right, let's go over the Good News Translation. It says, do not hand over any of your children to be used in the worship of the god Molech, because that would bring disgrace on the name of the Most High, the Lord. New Living Translation. Do not permit any of your children to be offered as a sacrifice to Molech, for you must not bring shame on the name of your power. I am the Lord. English Standard Version. You shall not give any of your children to offer them to Molech, and so profane the name of your power. I am the Lord. There you go. All right, don't do it. Don't do it. All right, and you're not gonna. Now, how did they sacrifice? So back then, all right, they built an idol, all right, to Molech. Okay, this bull god. Okay, as you can see inside here, this right here is a we can just take a screenshot of it really and go up here and just mark it up. So over here, all right, is a big bonfire, all right, which you would put sticks, all right, and all kindling and all that stuff, and it would this whole thing, all right, would be filled with flames in here. All right, it would have flames all the way up in here, flames, okay, going down in here within this little box. Okay, now up here is where, you know, these little boxes right here, that's where you would put your babies. So this heat, all right, is going to go up here and burn those babies to death. Is it not? That's how it would work. All right, basically like an oven. All right, basically like an oven, and you're burning those babies to death. All right, you can see in different, here's one, you know, that's as a physical representation of a god, all right, which doesn't exist, but he's offering, you know, giving the baby over to Molech, but it's really as a sacrifice. Is how they would do it, is through those little ports. I don't know what you call them, like little, you know, little flap doors, trap doors where you put the baby in. There you can see down here, there's a little fire. All right, you go there and you burn them up, and it gets sacrificed to them. And there's a whole ritual. All right. Look at this. Look at this. Ooh, damn. I'm actually, you know what? Can I get the... I'm going to save this one. Let's see what they actually said. Yeah, Deuteronomy... Well, it speaks in Deuteronomy talking about, let no one be found among you who sacrifices his son or daughter in the fire. All right, so it talks about that. I believe we don't have Deuteronomy, but we got the same thing kind of going in Leviticus. Look at this. Look at that. Far more humane than those barbarians with their clamps and vacuums. See a bunch of pregnant ladies lined up to put their baby in that bowl, all right, and burn up. Okay, there you go, man. There you go. Shows you this isn't just something, you know. Again, scoffer's gonna scoff. They're not gonna believe it. Some Christians in the world even get it, but you can't. You know how fucking low level you gotta be? All right, let's get Jeremiah 7:30. Jeremiah 7:30. And we're going down through 34, Lord willing. Here we go. Jeremiah 7:30. Go ahead and highlight now. Come on. Jeremiah 7:30. It reads, for the children of Judah, and this isn't just exclusive to the children of Judah, but this is speaking of what they were doing. For the children of Judah have done evil in my sight, saith the Lord. They have set their abominations in the house which is called by my name to pollute it. All right, and you got to realize Judah's Hebrew name is Yehoiada. All right, so that house is called by, you know, the Most High's name. Okay, it says, and they have built the high places of Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to burn their home. If you go into that word in the Zandavrin's Bible Dictionary, I believe it is. All right, that word goes, you know, that's where they derive the word hell from. All right, which actually goes back to the word, the place of future punishment. We talked about this just recently, but we'll say it again while we're at the scripture. All right, the place of future punishment. All right, and right now Babylon's a place of future punishment. Okay, we have lessons on that. I myself has lessons upon that. All right, you have the lessons from the apostles that are even more edifying. All right, because they have, you know, have more scriptural knowledge and years. All right, so hey, you know, you can watch them and get more edification. All right, if you believe. It says to burn their sons and their daughters in the fire. Speaking of that sacrifice that we just showed you the picture of, says to burn their sons and their daughters in the fire, which I commanded them not. Said don't do it, but they did it anyway. Says neither came it into my heart. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be called Tophet, nor the valley of son of Hinnom, but the valley of slaughter. For they shall bury in Tophet till there be no place. And the carcasses of this people shall be meat for the fowls of heaven, and for the beasts of the earth, and none shall fray them away. Then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah and from the seats of Jerusalem the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of bridegroom, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, for the land shall be desolate. All right, so there you go. Again, what were they doing and commanded not to do? Let's go back. It says, here it is, right down in here in verse, where was it? 31. They have built the high places of Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to burn their sons and their daughters in the fire, which I commanded them not, neither came it into my heart. So back then they used to burn their sons and daughters in fires. Now you just use a little vacuum and clamp thing. So you're doing the same thing, just a different way. All right, it's still a sacrifice. All right, it's still a sacrifice. Okay, let's get 2 Kings 17 and 17. I don't like this song. Not crazy for that one either. 2 Kings 17:17. What's it say here? And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire and used divination and enchantments and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger. Therefore the Lord was very angry with Israel and removed them out of his sight. There was none left but the tribe of Judah only. Also Judah kept not the commandments of the Lord their power, but walked in the statutes of Israel, which they made. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel and afflicted them and delivered them into the land of spoilers, Slakia, and delivered them into the hand of spoilers, Slakia, until he had cast them out of his sight. There you go. Again, talking about it, but if you don't believe, you're not going to believe. All right? But that's what it's talking about. That's what it's talking about. All right? You're doing the same thing this day. Okay? You heartless women of this world. All right? Exodus 20 and 13. Because this is murder. This is murder. All right? This is killing. All right? So the next few scriptures we're going to grab are dealing with that. Because this is murder. It's murder. All right? We got to what it really is. It's sacrifice. All right. Not only are you sacrificing, if you're an Israelite, you're sacrificing. Basically, you know, that's even worse. All right, because you're an Israelite, and now you're sacrificing, and that's basically, you know, basically doing it to Baal, to Molech. All right, that's where all that goes back to. Okay. So, but you women in the world, you know, it's murder too. It's murder. All right. Not that you women care about murder. You know, some of you have murdered your babies 10 times over. So let's get Exodus 20 and 13. Exodus 20, verse 13. Here it is in the laws. Verse 13, thou shalt not kill. There you go. You shouldn't kill. You shouldn't do it. You know what killing is? Well, you shouldn't do it. Good News Translation. There it is. Do not commit murder. New Living Translation. You must not murder. English Standard Version. You shall not murder. There you go. Oh. I don't, I guess this will work. I guess we'll leave it up like this. Sure, why not? I don't mind this. This isn't bad at all, actually. Actually makes it easier to not have to keep going back. I'll try it. Let's see. I'll give it a go. All right. So, yeah, back in... the King James Version, right there, boom, bam, right up at the top. Thou shalt not kill. And I don't have to grab the definition of kill. I shouldn't have to grab the definition of kill. You know what killing is. All right, killing, murder. All right, putting to death. You don't do it. All right, don't do it. All right, there's a difference between justice and murder as well. All right, because biblically there are certain occurrences which you would be deemed worthy to be put to death. That's not murder. That's justice. All right, something that the world doesn't know about now. All right, there you go. So speaking of that, speaking of justice, let's get Leviticus 24 and 17. Here we go. Boom. Leviticus 24 and 17. And he that killeth any man shall surely be put to death. And he that killeth any man shall surely, for sure, definitely, be put to death. Good News Translation. Anyone who commits murder shall be put to death. If you commit an abortion, you should be aborted. Right? That's what, aborted on earth now. All right? Abort, because what does an abort mean? All right. Abort means to stop. All right. Right. Abort says to carry out an abortion. All right. To terminate, to end. All right. So if you terminate a life, your life should be terminated. All right. Not as in physically someone, you coming back and someone getting an abortion, and you were the abortion. No, but if you abort something, if you abort a life, your life should be aborted. All right. If you stop a life, your life should be stopped. And under certain circumstances, there's certain things that, accidents don't count. All right. There's different rules and stuff for accidents. All right. And that, so, but in Babylon, it's not. If someone, something accidentally happens or something, you'll get manslaughter. If you have a heart attack or something in the middle of your car and someone, runs out in front of your car and you hit them, you didn't mean to kill them. You were having a heart attack. Esau society, they'll hit you with fucking manslaughter. Even you didn't mean to do it, but you still did it. You're fucking having a heart attack. All right, that's not right. You were on the way out either. And the Bible doesn't work like that. All right, the Bible doesn't work like that. Okay, that shows you there's no real justice in Babylon. It says anyone who takes another person's life must be put to death. New Living Translation. English Standard Version says, an eye for an eye. Whoever takes a human life shall surely be put to death. There you go. If you get killed, you should be killed. If you kill someone, you should be killed back. All right. 2nd Esdras 5 and 2. Let's go over to the Apocrypha. All right. All right. 2nd Esdras 5 and 2. Let's we're gonna read it from 1. 2nd Esdras 5 and verse 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. And that's the times we're in, man. We're getting there, and it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. All right, it's people are dying in great numbers. All right, the land's barren of faith. Nobody believes in the Bible. All right, nobody wants to hear about Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It's a disgusting, wicked time. Verse 2, what does it say? It says, but iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or thou hast heard long ago. So this is, we're not even into this point yet. Or we're seeing it, we're getting there, but there's going to be a time where it's going to increase before what we're even seeing now and what was done long ago. And we're getting there, man. You get baby daddy free. And that one always comes to mind, man. That one always comes to mind. Baby daddy free is some fucked up shit. All right? It's some fucked up shit. It's nasty. All right, and you have that song, something about, girl talking about eating a man's ass. It's just, fucking, this place, man. This place got to go. This place has got to go. Anyway, let's, we can't get that in the Apocrypha. Let's get 2nd Esdras 15 and 6. All right. So it's worse, and it's going to get worse. It's worse, and it's going to get worse. Here we go. Here it is, 2nd Esdras 15 and verse 5, actually. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Why? For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Okay, these, how long have we been going for? 38 minutes? But hey, man, this we're vexed. We're vexed in society, and we want out of here. We're sick of seeing baby daddy free and people, pulling their babies out and coat hanger abortions and homosexuality and the scoffing that's going down on the comment boards and these unbelievable. Just man, we're done. We're done. We're ready. We're ready for righteousness, a new earth, a new heaven wherein dwelleth righteousness, as the scriptures say. We're ready for it, man. We're fucking fatigued. We are fatigued of this place. This place fucking sucks. And slack you for all the swearing, but geez, man, we hate this place. We see this shit and we're like, just don't kill your baby. It's that easy. Bam, boom, solve that one. But no, they still do it. They still do it. It's fucking vexing to us, man. Bear with me while I grab a drink. That's why we hate this place. We fucking hate this place, man. This place has got to go. There's nothing good. There's not one good thing about this place. Not one. All right? Not one. All right? The only thing you could maybe name is like, oh, entertainment, like watching football or like, you know, some of the movies. That's not even good. That's tainted, man. Your football games are rigged. Your basketball games are rigged. And all the media is filled with homosexuality and wickedness anyway. All right? Boom. There you go. So let's get Matthew 24 and 12, and then we're going to close out. Let me not. 1 minute. Make sure I switch the time. 24 and 12, I believe I said. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Matthew 24 and 12 through 13. And this can go away for now. Matthew 24 and 12. But he that endured to the end, that's not it. We're going to get the whole thing, as we usually do. It's just too good not to. Matthew 24 and verse 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. So, hey, you know, look at these buildings. And Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, you see all these things? You see all these buildings? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And he said, you see all these things? There's not going to be one of these standing. These are all going to be destroyed. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? He said, how are we going to know? When are these things going to happen? How are we going to know? When are we going to know when you're coming back? You know, when the end of the world's coming? How are we going to know? It says in verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive. This is what he said. He didn't give a time. He gave signs. Take heed, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and deceive many. All these things are happening to an extent, all right? Or some are to come, all right, to delivering up, to be, and killed. That one's, that one's a prophecy to come, guillotines, so on and so forth. Here we go. It says in verse 12, and here's the point for this lesson, and because iniquity shall abound, and because there's going to be so much wickedness going on, the love of many shall wax cold. People aren't going to love each other anymore, right? They're going to have no love for you. They don't care. All right, someone, they don't care if you get your head bashed open with a hammer and your brain falls out. They don't care. All right, it says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. It's another reason why these people hate the truth coming out, because that's a prophecy to come. All right, and that means the end's got to be here soon. Where are we at? Where's my stuff? All right, there we go. The heartless women of this world. That's been it. That's been it, man. The heartless women of this world. All right? Where they're the victims. Because they're being sued because they committed murder. Because they killed, even though we're not supposed to be killing. And that lady sounds like she took his last name. I don't know what she was. The guy seems like he was, he could be an Issacharite because of the last name. All right? But I don't know. That woman could be a white woman that married in and took the last name. So who knows? Who knows? All right? But regardless, you're not supposed to be killing your babies, all right, regardless of what nation you are, all right? Now, it's only the Israelites that are under the law, but you're not supposed to be doing that regardless, man, all right? You shouldn't be killing babies. You shouldn't be doing all this wicked shit, but you're going to continue to do it anyway, and the Lord's going to come back and repay you for it, all right? And we're waiting for it, okay? So that's been the heartless women of this world, all right? No abortions. Don't do it, all right? So with that, we're going to close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Badash. I want I want to give double honors to elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. Until the next one, Lord willing. Shalom.